David Waldus here, creator of the HSP solution, which is a program where I help highly sensitive people and empaths to align with themselves and really to thrive in their gifts. So hopefully you already know that. If you're watching this video, you've maybe gone through the quiz, am I a highly sensitive person? Maybe watched some of the videos explaining what this is about and are really starting to wonder if this is something for you. So this video is an invitation for you to step forward and to join me for this program, for the HSP solution. You see, I get it. I've been a highly sensitive person my whole life. I've been an empath my whole life. I know all the beautiful gifts that come with it, as well as the challenges. You know, we've all been there. The times when we need to isolate ourselves, the times when we picked up the energy from everybody else, the time when the emotional overwhelm shows up for us. And we've all found our incredible coping mechanisms, and I'm sure we've all read different things about how to protect our space and to deal with the symptoms and all of that, and that's fine. You know, it's what's been available. So the reason I'm so excited about this program is because it's not about dealing with the symptoms anymore. We're moving from a place of bailing that leaking boat, from dealing with the emotional overwhelm that's showing up, dealing with picking up other people's emotions, dealing with having to protect our space and being limited in where we can work or where we can go for to socialize, not wanting to be around people that don't make us feel good. So what I'm so excited about sharing with you is the discoveries I've made about how to interact with our gifts in a way where those emotions are no longer contagious, where we don't need to isolate ourselves to feel safe, where we get to experience being as big as we want to be, and the bigger we get, the more it supports us, the more it really protects us, rather than the opposite, where we know when our energy field gets out and we're just taking on more and more of everybody's stuff. And so it goes from bailing that leaking boat to fixing the boat, to patching the holes so that we can bail it once and move on. So I really hope you'll let me walk you through this whole program that I've created and see how it can make these changes for you. You know, at this point you've probably watched some of the testimonials and noticed that they kind of all say some really similar things. You know, there's certain things that everybody I work with say, and it's funny, there's this feeling of coming home when we go through the activation, when we start to really feel present and comfortable in our body, where our body matches the frequency, matches the energy of who we truly are. And so that feeling of coming home that I see in so many clients' faces, and well, in all their faces, it's just so hard to describe until you experience it. And then there's also this feeling of just having a whole new operating system, a new way to interact in the world, in a world where everybody else's emotions aren't contagious anymore. You know, it's a total different way of being on the planet, in a way which our gifts shine, and all those challenges we've had to deal with are so minimized or even disappear for so many people. So I offer this program in a couple different formats. The first one is you can work just directly with me. And so if you're here in Encinitas, I do work with people directly in person, or I work with people all the time over the phone or Skype. And so obviously this takes a bit more of my time, so it's a little bit bigger investment. And I have that for $750. And with that you get 3 90-minute sessions where I take you one-on-one through the whole program. And it really gets focused on exactly what is going to be the most beneficial to you as an individual. Now the second way that I offer it is as a video course. And this video course is set up over 3 weeks. So the first week is broken down into a series of 10 to 15 minute videos, and it totals up to 2 hours worth of content. I break it down so that it's really easy to absorb all the information in small chunks. And I take you through step by step, explaining a lot of what we experience, why we experience it. And we start to go into the initial part of the activation, the first glimpse into what it feels like to come home, the first glimpse into what it feels like to step outside of those symptoms. Week 2 again is a series of 10 to 15 minute videos, and this week is actually 90 minutes worth of content. And this is the week where we really see the big shifts, because we get the full activation, we get to have that full experience of what so many of my clients call coming home, of feeling that sovereign feeling where they're not at the mercy of whatever shows up in their life, where they're not just, you know, everybody's energies aren't just bleeding into their energy field, but they're actually getting to choose how they interact with it. And then week 3 is just an hour long, and it's really where we pull everything together. It's where we wrap up the whole course. It's where we have the content that you can continue to use moving forward and to continue to support you with this whole program. And so I really do hope you let me walk you through this step by step, because the shifts that happen in our lives, you know, they really are, you know, they're nothing short of miraculous. So I have quite a few high profile clients, so it's really kind of fun to get to maybe spy on them a little bit when I see them on, you know, on TV, or if I see them on, you know, videos that they're putting out on social media. I work with a lot of different healers and a lot of people just doing this similar type of work where we really know that we're here to help people to heal, help people to step into their power. And so it's really fun to watch the people that are really stepping into this and just seeing them shine, seeing the successes when they don't have these obstacles in their way that they've had their whole life. When they're able to just step forward without feeling that pushback from other people's emotions. I know for myself, being highly sensitive, being an empath, as I've been building my business, it's been a really interesting thing because I'll start to have some traction and people will start to come in and I'll feel that energy coming towards me and it'll be overwhelming. And so I would shut down a little bit and then my practice would slow down and I'd be like, oh, well, now this is kind of boring. I really need to step out there some more. So I'd step forward and people would start to show up. And I'd do that so common kind of HSP thing to do where the energy would come in and I'd step back because it would overwhelm me and then I'd step forward again as it diminished to recreate it. And so now as I'm able to build my business and I'm watching so many clients build their businesses or just step forward in their lives in any way that really is whatever they're creating, that we do it without that resistance from the energy coming towards us. We do it without that emotional overwhelm. And we're able to build things that we never thought we'd be able to create. It's pretty awesome to watch and even more awesome to experience for ourselves. Ultimately, it is about the experience that you get to have, right? And so I'm offering you this video course for $297, and it can be made as one payment, or to make it more affordable, I've set it up so it can also be split over 2 months with 2 even payments. And so one other thing I wanted to offer too, to just make it easier to say yes to this, is I offer a 30-day money-back guarantee with no questions asked. And maybe you just saw me on YouTube or on Facebook or somebody referred you, and so you're not quite sure how you'll interact working with me. And so I wanted to make it really risk-free. So anytime in that first 30 days, if you decide that this isn't for you, no problem. You just send us an email and we refund your money right away. And so it really gives you the peace of mind to step into this without the risk. If it works for you, fantastic. You're getting this new operating system. You're getting this freedom to be in the world without all the emotional overwhelm, without all those symptoms that we've suffered in for so many years. And you still get to embrace your gift in a way that you've never been able to before, in a way that doesn't have a negative side to it, in a way that doesn't have a cost to it. All right, so I really hope you step forward and allow me to walk you through this program step by step to be your guide into this new operating system, into this coming home energy.